Good evening, good evening. It's Thursday evening, 8 p.m. in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Heather. I'm the Songbird Stamper, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Fareham in the United Kingdom, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been away for a couple of weeks, had a little bit of a holiday, but I'm back and raring to go. Well, I say raring to go. I don't fully know what we're going to be making tonight, so it might be a bit of a surprise to you guys as well. But I've got this stamp set out, this Celebrate with Tags stamp set. Beautiful mittens. It's a bit of an all-in really. So birthdays, Christmas. But I thought we'd try and make something with this. And it comes with a great die set as well, which I've got somewhere. Here it is. It's a bit in use. So you get these brilliant dies. In this long set, actually, it's quite a long. Normally they're a bit shorter than that. If you're watching on live, do feel free to drop a comment, say hello, tell me where you're from. I'd love to have a chat with you this evening. Saves me talking to myself for an hour or two. So, and then you get all these extra bits as well. Birthday candles, there's loads in here actually. Candles, the balloon, you get different candles, the mitten. This one here cuts out. Hello, Katie. Oh, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm pretty much packed as well. My room smells of something Christmassy, and I can't really tell you what it is. I've got a workshop, an all-day workshop planned for tomorrow, and I'm very excited. Get circles, so these are double stitched on the outside as well as the inside as well. This is lovely. This is the Celebrations Tags dies. Celebrations Tags. You get these two longs, and you get a snowflake as well. He's hiding. So cute snowflake as well. Yeah, get loads in that one, and it coordinates with that one. I hope it does. It's very smelly in my room at the moment. It smells like Christmas, which is lovely. Hence the Christmas vibe, even though it's been a really sunny day here in the UK. Hi, Mandy. How you doing? I haven't been live for a couple of weeks. I've been to Copenhagen on holiday, so you might have missed me for other reasons, but I wasn't actually here for a couple of weeks, so all good. Hello, Lisa. How you doing? Hey, Anne-Marie. Okay, so I've been told to channel my inner Emma tonight, Emma Goddard, my lovely upline. I haven't really got an awful lot planned. I know what stamp set I'm using. I know what colours I'm using. So we're going for Cherry Cobbler, Soft Succulent, and I've got the Evening Evergreen blends out. So let's see where we go, shall we? It was amazing. It was a lovely holiday, thank you. Yeah, really nice. 10 days, a really good break. But I tell you what, we were both ready to come home by the end of it. So I thought we could try and make a card, a tag, and a gift box in an hour. Wish me luck when I haven't even got it planned. Yeah, good luck with that. So I've got masking paper here, and I saw something on the Global Design Project. This isn't to do with it. They're doing Halloween this month or this week, but I saw something and thought quite like that idea. So I've kind of cased it a little bit, changed it up completely, but I'll show you. Anyway, I'll show you. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this piece of masking paper down to the size of the card front. Just thinking, like at Christmas, sometimes for work colleagues and stuff like that, you want quite a quick card. But being a card maker, you still want it to be quite nice, don't you? So that is 8.8. You can feedback. Tell me what doesn't work. 8.8. I did wonder whether we ought to do like audience participation cards. One day we might do that. And this seems a bit kind of wasteful of the thing. I'm going to cut this big circle in the middle of it. So I'm just going to run that through my die cut machine. That circle die, it cuts from the inside. So the circle die is about 6 centimetres. 6 centimetres across. So roughly that size. Just get my big machine out. I'm just going to cut that central and to the top. The thing is, these mittens, as lovely as they are, they're quite a small image. It's quite a small, well, it's not tiny, but it's not the biggest. So it kind of could get lost. Could get lost if we weren't careful on our card. And then I'm just going to peel, I don't know really if I'm doing this the best way. I'm just going to peel that top bit off and then try and line this up. Try being the operative word. Doesn't really matter if it's perfect or not. You think you're tight because they'd have to be close colleagues for me to use your masking paper on them. Well, the nice thing about the masking paper, and I probably should have detacked it first, talking about that, because you can reuse it. So that's the nice thing about the masking paper, is it's not too tacky. It's not, or rather, it's quite tacky, so you can reuse it. But I should have detacked it. I might just use my jumper. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. Just because it can be a little bit sticky. And then I've got a blending brush. Hey Anita, how are you? You all set and prepped for tomorrow? And then I've got a blending brush. This is supposed to be a red one, but I don't have one for every colour. I might get there one day. And cherry cobbler ink. I have kind of cleaned it, got rid of the worst of it. And I'm just going to, like I say, this could be an epic fail. So if anybody new is joining us, let's see how it goes. I'm going to try and make it fairly deep, just because I think the lighter you do it, you get that more mottled effect, and that's not really what I'm going for. I want quite a solid batch of colour here, so I'm just going to build that up a little bit better. And obviously the more ink you apply, the more solid that colour becomes, and the darker it gets. And can you see how dark that's going there, where I just keep rubbing that? I'm just taking the worst of it off so that it doesn't kind of mark my paper. Oh, I know what I should have done. Should have got a water painter full of water. So that looks quite nice. I quite like that. It's not too dark, but it's not too light either. And then you can just peel this up. The idea being that you can reuse this masking paper. So I'm going to do this quite carefully and gently and see if I can get it all in from one go. Hello, Claire. Nice to see you this evening. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. And then you just get left with this real red. I went over the edge a little bit. Just ignore that. Oh, I was trying to avoid ripping it. So that for me is a single use mask. But there we go. So there's our red circle. Looks like kind of Japan. It's a Japanese flag, isn't it? Okay. And then I'm thinking we want a couple of mittens. So I need some cardstock. Have I got any cardstock ready? I think that's thick. Hard to tell, isn't it, these days, what's thick and thin cardstock. Watching between surveys, a sneaky squirrel watch. So I'm just going to stamp 2, and I don't mind that they're a bit mottled. If you really want a good stamp, the Stamparatus is perfect, or just take your time with it a little bit more, press it down a little bit more. But I know this is mottled, inked up. Where I inked it up with the refill, I've not spread it out, and actually I quite like that effect for the mittens, so I am happy with that. And now I'm going to fussy cut them. I hope that colour background works. I wonder whether I should have gone for a green instead, but I've kind of done it now, so I can't really undo it. I could do it again, but we're going to go with it and see what happens. I just thought cherry cobbler and evening evergreen and soft succulent work so beautifully together. Somebody said to me recently, oh, you know, it's Christmas when the cherry cobbler comes out. It really is that colour, actually. I don't use it any other time of year. rather than Christmas. Yeah, exactly. It should be fine. It just stands out. I just wondered whether the green might break it up. It's going to be a lot of red. A lot of red. Let's fold that out. It's easier to work with there. I know I'm cutting this off camera. It's just much easier for me to see. We've just watched Tuesday's Bake Off because I was working nights this week. And I kept saying all the way throughout it, I was like, oh, I just want some cake. I want cake. I'm supposed to be being good after our holiday. Our little hollybobs. So I've got the Evening Evergreen and I'm just blend, and I'm just going to kind of mask off that side of the cardstock. And I'm going to go for the dark. I'll go for it, I think. Test it out and see what I think. Mottle it with a little bit of the light as well. And then what I was thinking, if I filled a water painter up, I could actually do some splatters over the red, and I might have one in my drawer. Let me get a tissue as well, because we can kind of make some whiter spots on there, doing a bit of a faux bleach technique. I haven't got a kitchen roll. You watched it this morning. Oh, Mandy, sorry, I'm a bit behind with my comments here. I'm just chatting away to myself. Mandy, the stamp set is the Celebrate with Tags. I overlooked this till we did team training with it, and yeah, really pretty, and it's useful all year round as well, which is lovely. Happy birthday! You've got this to and from for the gift tags, some hearts made with love, XOXO, be jolly, Merry Christmas. So yeah, got loads in that one. I could always do green. I could do green mittens. That's an option, isn't it, Katie? Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, you watched it this morning, Lisa? Yeah, we were a bit behind sometimes, but I really enjoyed it. And I'm just going to splash. Can you see what's happening already with that? Where it just changes that background. Whether it's a water-based ink. And I love that look. Really, really pretty. I think you're right, Katie. I'm going to go for some green mittens. I'm going to have a look, see what they look like. We're going to use those red ones in a bit anyway. So that was not in vain. Let's have a look at some green mittens. I'm going to go for soft succulent. I'll clean this up first. I think it just needs a contrast. Don't you agree? And this is a gorgeous colour. Stunning. There is a die for these. So if you don't like fussy cutting, there is a die for the mittens, which I know a lot of you will be pleased to hear. You know me though. By the time I've got the die cutting machine up, bent over, lined it up, taken one out, done it all again. You can just about fussy cut these. It's a nice image. We'll see. All it's screaming Japan at me, which is slightly frustrating. I can't kind of unsee the Japanese flag. Let's go with it. Okay, so we've got two mittens. To be honest, you cover most of it up anyway. They're gorgeous, aren't they? I really like the mittens, must admit. Really, really like them. I've also covered up most of my watercolour flicked background, so I'm just going to do a little bit more of that as well around the edges. I just want you to be able to, I want the recipient to be able to see those splatters, and we couldn't really because the mittens were hiding them all up. Right, this is I wanted it to be quite a quick and simple card. Like I said, we're doing a gift tag and a box, a matching box as well. So what I was going to say is you can go over with your towel and just dab that up, and it just dries a little bit quicker. And then I want to bring in that gorgeous, gorgeous snowflake. Hello, Sue. Nice to see you. I hope you've had a lovely day. We're just meandering our way through, to be honest with you, Sue, using the Celebrate with Tags bundle. With all these beautiful. I think I got those the wrong way around. I think that one's supposed to go there. Look, fits a bit better. I just want to grab that snowflake. And I've got some of the gorgeous, gorgeous glimmer paper. Oh, it is stunning. I'm a bit of a sucker for glimmer paper. Anybody else? This comes with gold, evening evergreen, and a kind of creamy colour. Like this, but you can colour this any colour you want to. Actually, it looks way more white on camera. Oh, this is a lovely one. So I wouldn't have purchased it, but we used it at team training, and I got convinced. My arm was twisted. I'm sure you can guess who by. My arm was twisted and it ended up in my basket. Really loved it. I think that is adorable. Such a cute little snowflake. And we're just going to kind of start to build up a bit of a, might do a couple of those actually. Might do another one. And who's got the enamel effects? Love. I've used loads of these in the past of different brands. Must admit, these ones are really good because they don't take overnight to dry. They dry in about half an hour, which in comparison to some of the other ones I've used is quick. And they really, really look pretty. So we'll have a bit of a play with those, I think. There's actually loads you can do with these. You can use them as paints and everything. Oh, hey, Emma. I was just telling everybody how you twisted my arm to buy this set. You are wholeheartedly to blame. But I thank you for it because I love it. Big bottles too. What looks like big bottles? What, the mittens? Not seen them in person. Oh, these. No, these. Yes, I was going to say. What's she on about? These are definitely big bottles. Yes, they're much bigger than I've normally had. Well, I'm bringing them tomorrow because we're going to use them in class tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Could have a good old play. Black, white, and red. And I'm secretly hoping for some more colours to come out. Who's with me? Who thinks we're going to get more colours of those? Where's the gold and the silver? Responsible for responsible for a lot of spending, Emma is. Yes, definitely. We're kind of getting there. We're just building up a bit of a picture at the moment. Not really sure where it's going, but it's all good. I really love this. I was really slow to the uptake when these kind of stamps first start coming out, like the reverse stamps, where the text is in white and the background's in the colour. I was going to pop that on there, but with the mittens, I think I'm going to stamp a happy Christmas and just cut that out in white. So I'm going to stamp it in evening evergreen because I think that just might help make it pop a little bit. And my brother's calling me, which is very unusual. Let's have a look. Where's my evening evergreen? Oh, I've packed it. That's frustrating. Let me have a look. Let's use the pen instead. So with Stampin' Right marker, if you haven't seen this before, you can just wipe your pen over the top of your stamp and then stamp that down. Oops, you didn't see that. And then stamp that down and you get your greeting. And then I'm just going to chop round. Yeah, I would say this style stamp, they've done a few, haven't they? And I didn't buy the first ones that came out. I saw everyone using them and I was like really jealous. I hope they continue because yeah, they're especially for the word, well, definitely for the words, really, really good. So just chopping that down by hand, you can tell it's totally by hand. It's really not straight at all. I think I've been drinking. We're going to go something like this. And we're just going to add some bling, and that's going to be it. It's, like I say, it's quite a simple Christmas card. Yeah, sweet. I might put them at a jaunty angle, actually, just because, you know, Anne-Marie's watching. Anne-Marie likes jaunty angles. And then we'll do some enamel effects, and then we can kind of leave that. Let's start building that up, I think. I'd like to do that one on dimensionals. That one flat. I'm just going to leave those where they are because I was quite happy with the positioning of those snowflakes. My memory is so bad, like so bad, short term and long term. If I was to take them all off, I'd never remember where I put them. So this is how I do it. I kind of lay it all out and I'll take a photo if it's a lot of things that I have to kind of remember. If it's just a few elements like this, I'll just take them off one at a time and then I can remember where to put them back. Oh, thanks, Anita. I really wasn't sure where I was going with this. I've got the gift box and the tag kind of sorted, although I made the gift box in blue and then changed my mind on the colours I wanted. Because, you know, girl's prerogative to change her mind. So I'm just going to glue this one on there like that, and then I can stick the whole lot down. And again, you don't want them, when you're kind of sending these kind of cards, you don't want to make too much dimension because you are going to, it's going to cost you a lot in postage then. So you want to keep them under the UK, I think it's 5mm, which is kind of one set of dimensionals. You can get away with that. What have we got here? Crocheting the petals of a dahlia while watching you. Oh, that's nice. You are doing a lot of crocheting, which is fab, Katie. Like the white space you've left makes the mittens pop. I'm not very good with white space, Mandy, if I'm completely honest with you. So it's a learning curve. I'm trying to be better at leaving white space. Yeah, designer's prerogative. Well, I'll show you the blue one as well. I made it for something to go inside. And the thing that's going inside it is blue, so it kind of made sense to do it blue. and then I decided I wanted to change it. So I think that's going to go on dimensionals as well. If I can find a tiny little strip, that one might just do. It's a bit long, so let's just chop a little bit off. And this one. Can go like that. And then we're just going to add some bling. So, I mean, I've got all sorts. This green definitely doesn't go, but it's got some gold bits in there. But then I found these gold gems. These are the red and green adhesive back pearls. I found these ones, which are pretty. They're the evening evergreen. I've got these sequins, which have got gold sequins. They might be a bit big. Oh no, those little ones are lovely. Right, so let's use those. Let's use those. And we're going to grab the... I'm going to go for the red. I mean, it's not a cherry cobbler, but actually it looks more like real red way we've done it here. It is a learning curve, Mandy, definitely. Leaving that white space. And we're just going to go for a kind of bling overload. So let's use some of that. Some of these. Don't really know where to put it. There. I'm rubbish at gem placement. And then we're going to use some of these crystal effects. So I shake them down before I start so that everything's in the bottom, and then you've got this little bit of air bubble. So what you want to do is just grab yourself a scrap until it's kind of coming out neatly, and then you can pop it on your card wherever you want it. Just don't put your hand in it, because it will smudge, and so it's definitely not dry to begin with. It will take about half an hour to dry. Like I say, these ones are much better than some of the ones that I have used. Drying a lot quicker. I might have gone a bit bling overboard, but Clean and Simple is definite. Yeah, I'm not very good with Clean and Simple at all. So the thing to do now, I'm going to fold that in half, and I'm just going to give it a tap on the edge of the desk. And what that does is it just turns the lumps from real, it can be quite domed, and it's almost just, you can flick underneath as well. It's a bit hard to do with the camera here. If you flick underneath just gently, you can get rid of some of that spiking and turn it into a more flat dome. And that is our card. Bling overload, or did I get it right? I mean, there's a lot of bling on. There is a lot of bling on there, but the enamel effects give that raised look. Can you tell? Really, really pretty. And that is our Christmas card. Perfect. So just you want to put that to one side before your things dry, and try not to put your fingers in it. Easier said than done. So on to the tag, because I thought, while we've got the Celebrate Tags stamp set out, we might as well make a tag. If I can find them, because I've put them, there we go. Two different types of tag. There's this one. Yeah, looks good to you. That's good news, Katie. Can never quite tell. This one here kind of creates a kind of gift card tag. So that's quite cool. These edges fold in. This one folds up. Love that, but that's not the one that we're going to use. We're going to use this one here. I'm just using a piece of, I mean, I should use thick, but I can't tell. out of what I've got on my desk. I think I've mixed them up, so I'm just going to cut this. And it's about 6.5 centimetres wide, and then that's wide enough for your tag die to go on. Run that through the Big Shot. Otherwise known as the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, obviously. And you get this cute little gift tag. So you can do these all sorts of different colours, all sorts of different papers on the front, anything you want to do. And really simply, because, you know, when you make gift tags, you really don't want to be spending hours making them, do you? We're just going to use these two that we used before. I've got, because I couldn't count, I've got some of these left over from the project I was doing earlier. Can you pop those in your bag for us to see tomorrow? You're using one. Oh, the stamps and the dies. Oh gosh, Katie. I'll try and remember. I'll try and do it straight after this. But my brain's normally a bit mush straight after these. They are lovely though. So yes, I will endeavour to remember. I'm also bringing a load of my retired stock ready to sell tomorrow as well. Got one of those like that. And I'm going to cut another, just because they're so beautiful, snowflake out of this glimmer paper. Yeah, I need the gold enamel effects. That's what I need. Stand up, please. Yes, an impromptu sale, Anita. It's because I've got the craft fair in Denmead coming up at the end of the month, where I traditionally sell off my retired stock. I wanted to give you ladies, my class ladies, I've had a bit of a request to bring some stuff along, kind of first dibs at it before I take it there. So I'll try and bag up everything and bring it along tomorrow. I'm just going to pop some dimensionals on that one again, like I did earlier. Just gives it a bit of lift. You want a little bit of life to it. Hey Louise, nice to see you. Have you had a nice day today? It's been beautiful. I feel so angry with myself that I didn't go out for a walk earlier, but I just had so much to do. And we've had some paperwork for some work that we're having done. We had to do all of that today, so I didn't get outside, excuse me, in the gorgeous sunshine that we've had on the south coast, which is a little bit upsetting. But it said it was going to be nice at the weekend. I'm playing hockey on some. Who knew I played hockey? I know, Katie, you do, but yeah, I've joined a hockey team. I'm loving it. I'm actually loving it. But there's not many of us, so I might be dead on my feet, because I hope they're not going to make me play a whole match. But there are only 13 of us, and it's an 11. You need 11 people. Ah, I'm making the box in a minute, Louise. You'll have to hang fire in a different colourway. But yes, it's a secret box. We'll be making that in a sec. I've done the card. Did you see the card, or shall I show you? That's the card we made. I mean, it looks like Christmas lights, but I mean, it's at Winchester, Katie. If you are free and want to pop up, grab yourself a stick. We might need a hand. No, if you want to come up and watch, you'd be more than welcome. Yeah, Winchester, 10:30. Right, so that is it. I've left it really simple for the tag. I'm just going to put some ribbon. I'm going to use some of the white enamel effects. And again, just going to make sure it's coming out neatly first. I'm tempted to use, although I am tempted to use these just because they're really pretty. I'm going to stick to what I've got. which is the design that I've gone for. Now, if you put it over the red, it will take on a little bit of the colour. So it will look a little bit different to the other two. Again, I'm just going to tap that on the edge of the table. Don't be too forceful, otherwise it could spread too much. But just to get rid of some of that flat dome, that spiky dome, and just make it a bit flatter. Oh, this is a lovely set. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous set. You'll love it if you get it, Louise. So let's grab a little bit of ribbon. I could be naughty and use some of this retired cherry cobbler ribbon from last year, just because it goes quite well with the red and the gold. And for tags, you don't really mind, do you? Using up that retired stash. Now, ideally, you'd have done this before you put the enamel effects on, but I'm a little bit backwards, so. Oh, I wasn't going to bring paper, Claire. I wasn't. I don't know if I'll have capacity to bring it all. I was just going to do stamps and dies tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see how I get on tonight, packing things up in the car. Yeah, have a chat with me tomorrow, Katie. Cool. So that's going to go around there. It's a bit heavy. Don't know if I like it. It's a bit of refining, but it's kind of the right colour. And then you can just trim the ends there. Look, I've smudged that. I am a terror. So you can either take it off or you can leave it. It doesn't look too bad at all. So there's our little gift tag. So we'll pop that to one side. So everything's going to have to get left to dry, which is not really, and they don't really match. But there we go. Which is life. Okay, so let's make a box, shall we? Should we make a box? Yeah, I love that ribbon from last year. Absolutely stunning. So I've gone for white. That's why I got the thick white out, but I'm not convinced it was actually the thick that I got out. No, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't. That's the thick. Be a rebel. Use it up. Use it up. So measurements for this box were written on a scrap of paper, which is now buried deep under. Oh, I found it. This is my measurements for my box. So if you can decipher that, basically the thing that I wanted to put in the box was this. I'll show you. This is the box I made, but we're going to make a different one because I didn't want to go blue. In the end, I changed my mind, but it smells amazing. This is from Superdrug, and I made a little tag. So the idea being, you make the gift box with one of these bath fizzers in. Oh, come on, focus. Bath fizzers in from Superdrug. You put the gift tag, which actually is the gift card holder one, in, so that you can give that as your gift card gift. So it's kind of an all-in-one, because sometimes you give a gift card, like our nieces now, that's all they really want is money. And you just think, oh, you put it in a card, whereas actually it'd be nice to put it in a little gift. You don't want to spend an awful lot, do you? Oh, bless you, Anita. Take care. Look after yourself. And I will see you again tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, Louise, I've got a class tomorrow, an in-person class in Denmead. So I'm running a kit class, which is going to be fab. All day class tomorrow. So that's what I made. And so the thing, I kind of measure the thing and then work the measurements out from there for my boxes. So I know that I needed it to be 12.5 by 7, and then each of the sides up was 2.5. Gives me a measurement of 17.5 by 12 centimetres. So I cut this to 12, and then I cut another one to 12 because we need a lid. I cut my lid and my base the same size. Oh, thanks, Louise. Yeah, I just hate giving them just card with some money in. I want to give them a little something, but not too much, because the main gift is the money, isn't it, or the gift card. And then 17.5. So exactly the same, both of these. And I've gone for white just because we're in the theme of working with reds and whites, and we'll see if this works out. So then all I'm going to do is score it, one of them at 2.5 centimetres. Is the blue on of the new ones? It goes brilliantly with the snowflake vellum. The blue is balmy blue. It's just balmy blue. Yeah, and I've just stuck the snowflake vellum on over the top of it. And this is the glimmer paper, but I've just coloured it in with my blends blue. So we might do that. I might colour it in a colour. We'll see. We'll see where this is going, because I'm not entirely sure yet. So 2.5, 2.5. So simple to make these boxes. 2.5 and 2.5. This is your base. So that's your base. Your lid, what you're going to do is score it at just under 2.5. So can you see? So that's the 2.5 mark there. That big line. That one. And I'm just pulling it back ever so slightly. Because you want your lid to fit over your box. So you have to kind of pull it back the width of a sheet of cardstock, which is about about 0.5 millimetre. 2.5 and 2.5. Just under 2.5 on all 4 sides. And then before you make that up, grab it like a circle punch. I know they've retired, but we're all in denial, so grab your circle punch and punch out just a little notch on either one. And then we can set to making it up. You can kind of do this afterwards, but it's really not as easy. So if you can remember to do it before, then that's what you want to do. And I'm using some paper tonight, which sadly is not available at the moment, but it will be back in stock. I can't remember what the date it said on there. I want to say 17th of October. I could just be making that up. So I've folded and burnished all of my score lines. And then I'm going to notch. So that one, and that makes that tab. Turn it round 90 degrees. Notch that one. So can you see I'm just working round in 90 degrees. Some people do the same, like that, both of them the same way on either end. I just find it much easier for myself if I just keep turning the thing round 90 degrees. That doesn't look right. I've scored that at 2, not 2.5. So let me cut another one of those, because that's not going to work. That was my lid. So we want 12. You look at it, you think that line's not in the right place. 12 by 17.5. Scored at just under 2.5 on all 4 sides. Don't forget to punch again. Fold and burnish. and then notch. Now, sticking boxes down, lots of people use lots of different glue. I use a strong tape runner. The Stampin' Seal Plus is perfect. Some people use a like a tape, like a tear and tape, or wet glue is fine as well. So anything really, really strong you want. Stampin' Seal, I wouldn't say is strong enough. It just looks a bit different because it's the old fast fuse that I'm actually still using, because I've got an abundance of it. And you know when you get your favourite adhesive. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. A glad job I didn't make it up, Katie, and then realise it didn't fit. That would be frustrating. And then all I'm going to do is go around and stick those tabs to make my box. Okay. Lid, base, and then hopefully lid will fit on base. It's always the, and I don't decorate my boxes. It's that age-old question, isn't it? Do you decorate your box before you make it, before you put it together, or not? Now, it is easier to decorate it flat, but the amount of boxes that I've made that don't fit once you've made them, and I just think I don't want to put all that wasted effort in. So I always make my box up, make sure it all fits, make sure the lid goes on, and then I decorate it. Because that way I know I'm decorating something that actually works. That's just personal preference. So base, lid, lid goes on base. It's a bit of a snug fit, but it fits. And that's why you have the thumb holes, so that you can just pull that off. And then that will fit your gift inside. Obviously one of those bath fizzers will fit in really nicely, or you could just fill it with other treats and goodies. You may make it up, wonder what the heck had happened when it didn't fit, and not be able to figure it out on a live. I think the key is just make the base and the lid the same size, and then just pull it back wherever you kind of, whatever height you've decided. So 2.5 this one was, just pull it back 0.5 millimeter and you'll be good to go. Right, so paper wise, I've got this one. I thought this was absolutely stunning. This is the Lights Aglow paper. And you can see where I had no idea where I was going with this live at the beginning. I've chopped these up because I thought I could use those. No idea. And some gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Some more frames. Very vanilla. Soft succulent. That's stunning. I love that one. Evening evergreen. And cherry cobbler. So it was perfect. I had no idea that's what I was going to use. But the colours just worked with what colours I had in mind. So I'm going to cut this little piece here then to, it's going to be 12 by 6.5. 12 centimetres by 6.5. And that just gives me a 0.5 cent border on the way around. Oh, this is a fab colour combo for any time around now. Yep, it's perfect. That's just going to fit really neatly onto the front there. So we'll go ahead and glue that down. Yeah, cherry cobbler kind of comes out about September, October time and goes away again in January. But it's sad really, isn't it? Because it's such a gorgeous colour. Should get more love. It's just going to go on the front of our box. I'm going to use one of the Stitched Shapes dies. I also have to remember to put these back in my box for tomorrow. I might end up having to use a circle. that's too big. Right, come on, hunt the dies, hunt the dies. None of those. Go make a cup of tea or something while I try and find the dies. Let's have a think. I've got some bits cut, but I do need a circle to go underneath. Those are the two I'm thinking of. I've also got, am I stalling for time? Some of the gorgeous, wonderful snowflakes. These are really pretty. And you can colour these. I might do that actually. I might colour this in Evening Evergreen. So all you do is grab a scrap of card or paper, lay your snowflake down, grab your Stampin' Blend. I'm going to go for the dark just because it's going to show up a little better. This is the shiny side I'm using. See how it turns out with the dark. And because it's a non-porous surface, this is going to take some time to dry, but because it's alcohol markers, it will dry. You can absolutely do the other side of this as well, which is just the matte side, but you won't get that iridescent look. Oh, missed a bit. Okay. Pretty, 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 pretty. Okay, I found the dies. Found the dies. I knew if I stalled, they would kind of jump out at me. And I think I'm just going to go for this one that's about the right size. That's going to be in basic white. Nothing fancy, just sitting underneath. So that's just going to sit underneath. I love those stitched shapes. We've got this. Is it dry yet? Oh, I missed a bit and I missed another bit. It's hard to see where you've missed. Just here. That's basically dry. So that's going to go on there like that. It's a bit like a spider's web, that one, doesn't it? These two are going to go over the top. So it's just that little bit of interest coming out from underneath. And then I've got, I'm going to go gold again. One of these snowflakes. So I might need to invest in some more of this snowflake, of this glimmer paper, I think. Okay. I feel like I'm stuffy today. So this is going to go, actually it might go like this. That one on dimensionals, that one over the top, and then our sentiment just on there. And I don't think it needs anything else other than that, really. So I think we'll get down and stick that down. It's nice to layer it like that, isn't it? To figure out where everything's going to go. It can be quite hard to tell what it's going to look like otherwise. So that's going to go on as centrally as possible. and that one over on the left hand side. Just going to off center it slightly so that the snowflakes kind of running a bit diagonal. Oh, thanks, Katie. I do try to. It's a bit stressful sometimes, but I do try to bring you great projects. Not too difficult to make. So you could whip up a couple of these, but something a little bit special. I'm getting a bit sticky at the same time. I do love making more in-depth projects, but I don't have an awful lot of patience. So a lot of my projects kind of come together quite quickly, which some of you will be pleased to know. That one's just going to layer up over the top, a little bit of glue just on 3 arms of that snowflake, the 3 that are going to sit over this mitten. Takes a bit longer to stick down glimmer paper. Biggest tip, put the glue on, pop it on, leave it alone. If you start wiggling it and pushing it, it isn't going to stick. Just leave it and it will bond. It will. Trust in it, really, is my biggest tip with that stuff. Tiny little glue dot just underneath here, because that's going to do 2 things. It's going to support that little arm, and it's going to support the edge of our sentiment here as well. You could put Happy Christmas on this, whatever you wanted to. Just thought for the nieces, it's a bit XOXO. Is that in fashion? Not that I'm a fashionable person really, but it's a bit cool. Is that even a word? Is that a cool word to say anymore? And that's it really. So that is your gift card and tag. Matchy. So you can pop your gift in there. Obviously, if you wanted to make this design would work perfectly on the slightly longer tag that would put the gift. This one that would put the gift card inside as well. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Thanks, Katie. And then our card, which doesn't quite match, but I think it's pretty. So quite pleased with those. And that is that for our Thursday night. Oh God, it goes quickly, doesn't it? 9 o'clock already. So we did manage it. Card, gift tag, and a box, all in an hour. I surprise myself sometimes. So there's our 3 little projects. Let me just have a little clear up. I'll have to get up early. I'm going to have to get up early in the morning, aren't I? That one, and that one. There we go. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Thank you, Louise. Well, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Thank you so much for popping on. It really does make it worthwhile when you guys are watching. So thank you. I really appreciate your time and love having a chat with a chin work with you. So it is a note card, Louise. Yes, well done. I didn't actually say. I should have done. I'm a bad demonstrator. It is the note card and envelopes, basic white note card and envelopes. So you could pop a little couple of mittens on the front of the envelope to decorate those up as well. Just sometimes you want a nicer, little size. Don't want to have to make too much, but they're just perfect for little Christmas cards. Oh, thank you, Jen. Thank you. Yep, thanks ever so much for joining me. I will be back next Thursday night, all being well at the moment. I am on cover week at work next week for the Thursday. So if you, I'll advertise it on Facebook. But yeah, I'm just checking my diary. That's what I'm doing. So no, I'm not working as it stands at the moment. So I should be here next Thursday night at 8 PM UK time. If you've ever got any requests, you want to see me make anything or work with any particular stamp sets, do give me a shout. A little bit of notice so I can prep something would be cool. And I'll see those of you that I'm seeing tomorrow. I'll see those of you that I'm seeing next week on here at 8 o'clock next week. And for those of you just dropping by on the catch up, I hope you enjoyed the session. If you do like what you see, feel free to hit the subscribe button. And anything that I've used here today, you can purchase from my online store as well. If you didn't know that, being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I can actually sell all these products and you can buy them and you can make these cool projects for yourself. So hit the link in the description below to head to my online store. And if you want to spend kind of over £99, you can even join my team. Again, there's a link for more information. I'll leave it there for today. Look after yourselves. Oh, I haven't got Christmas, Scotty, Louise. Sad times. I know we don't know many dog owners, so yeah, no, sorry, not that one. Pick another, as they say. Pick another. Look after yourselves. See you all next time, and thank you ever so much. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.